My name is Nelvian Anak. Today, I will be presenting my infographic titled Driving Change in the Digital Era, Applying Organizational Development Theories to the Transformations of Adobe Inc. Adobe Inc. is a global software company specializing in digital media and creative solutions. Over the past decade, Adobe has undergone a major transformation by shifting from a traditional software licensing model to a cloud-based subscription model known as Creative Cloud. This transformation was further enhanced by integrating artificial intelligence tools such as Adobe Firefly. From an organizational development perspective, this represents a second-order change, meaning a deep transformations in its business strategy, culture, and operations to remain competitive in a rapidly evolving digital environment. Now we're moving on to the organizational development theory. To understand this transformation, we can apply Kurt Lewin's three-step model. Number one is unfreeze, where Adobe recognized that traditional software sales were declining, and then creating urgency for change. Second is change, where Adobe introduced the Creative Cloud subscription model and implemented AI tools like Adobe Firefly. Finally, refreeze, where the cloud model base became Adobe's core business strategy. Now we're moving on to the Carter model. In addition, John Carter's change model can also be applied. Adobe created urgency due to declining traditional demands, developed a clear vision of cloud-based ecosystem, enable actions through investment in cloud and AI, and to sustain accelerations through continuous innovations. The key drivers of this change can also be explained using the PASTEL framework. Technologically, there was a growth in cloud computing and AI. Economically, Adobe needed recurring revenue through subscriptions. And socially, there was increased demand for digital content and remote work. Competitively, Adobe faced strong competitions from platforms like Canva, Figma, and AI tools. These factors pushed Adobe to transform in order to stay competitive. Now moving on to the impacts of change. This transformation had several impacts. For employees, it created reskilling opportunities but also pressure to adapt. In terms of performance, Adobe achieved more stable revenue growth but also became more dependent on continuous innovations. The organizational culture shifted towards innovations and continuous learning. At the same time, Adobe enhanced its digital capabilities but now relies heavily on constant systems update. For the recommendations, based on this analysis, Adobe should continue implementing structured reskilling programs focused on AI and emerging technologies. These will improve adaptability, reduce skills gap, and ensure long-term sustainability. This is supported by the learning organizational theory, which emphasizes continuous learning for organizational success. For the SDG and key takeaways, additionally, Adobe's transformation supports SDG 8, which focuses on decent work and economic growth. By promoting digital skills, innovations, and participations in the digital economy. Key takeaways from this analysis are that organizational change requires clear strategy and planning. Technology is a major driver of transformations. Employee adaptation is critical for success, and continuous learning ensure long-term growth. Conclusions. Adobe transformation shows that successful organizational change depend not only on technology but also on people, strategy, and continuous learning. Thank you so much.